Good morning, Álvaro.
I had no problem to open the presentation.
You're already there. Let me check.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I can see you're here. Okay. Good morning, Álvaro. Are you there? Well, try to access to the link that it's in the chat, Álvaro, if you're there, so you can do the different activities we are about to do. Okay. Okay, so I welcome you to this fourth workshop. Okay, the agenda. Oh, well, there is a quote here. Can you read it, please, for me, Kenya?
a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one.
Uh-huh.
By George Martin.
Uh-huh. What do you understand, Kenya, by that quote? Tell
Well,
me.
I think that when you are reading, for example, a story, I think that you try to connect to the main character and you, uh, as well as you are reading, you are like imagine his life and the situation that the character is going through and I think that your brain is like trying to connect to you in both in the real life and in the story.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Eh, yes, precisely. That's what that means. Good morning, Adriana. Um,
Good morning.
if can you check in the meeting chat and that you will find the link to access to the presentation. Okay.
Okay, the only thing is that I'm through my phone, so if I see the presentation, I cannot see class in Teams. So I don't know if I can see it in Teams.
it, yeah, you can. I mean, but you can jump from the presentation to the meeting chat or to the Teams presentation. You can go back and forth. There's no problem with that because we're gonna make different activities today. Okay, so you have to get ready. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it because you're using your cell phone, but try to do it. Okay, try to do it. Rocio, good morning.
I will try.
Okay,
Hi, good morning.
good
Take.
morning. Try to access to the link that it is in the meeting chat, please, so you can access to the presentation in Nearpod.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank. Okay.
all right. Um, well, as Kenya was saying, this is very interesting, right? You try to connect with the main characters, or to the main character in a book. That's why, as a reader, you can live 1,000 lives. Okay, and a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. Do you have any idea, Adriana or Rocio, about this? Yes.
Yes. This is Adriana. Um, I think when you read a book, and you're so much into the story, it's like you're living what you're reading. So maybe that's why the readers have too many likes, because
Okay.
they can read a lot of stories and they can live like 1,000 lives. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yes. Um, we are about to begin an activity, a very beautiful activity, where you are going to make a book discussion. The book that we are going to read is called Animal Farm. And as you are saying, right, when you are start reading a book and you identify yourself with some of the character, then that's where you begin living a different life, right? This is a very interesting book. We are about to. I am going to explain um, some of the main aspects you have to take into consideration in this activity. Okay. So this is the agenda for today. Eh, we're gonna do one activity getting started, which is based on the material that you were studying in this workshop. Then we're going to talk about the book discussion, and then we're gonna do some activities based on comparing contrast, cause effect, inserting sentences. Finally, we're gonna do a practice, a reading practice for the TOEFL, similar to the TOEFL, and at the end some reminders. Okay, so let's begin. Who remembers what content study in did we study in this workshop for this four workshop? Yes. What are some of the contents? Yes. We're going to make different activities based on that. Okay, so there are some clue words. We're going to begin with this for comparing contrast, information. There's also cause and effect paragraph or readings and chronological order readings. And there are some clue words in the material. There are some clue words that you have to follow to understand if you're reading a compare and contrast paragraph, cause and effect, or a chronological order paragraph, okay? So this is what we are going to begin right now, okay? Um, Good morning, Ruth. Please try to access to the presentation, nearby presentation. The link is on the mini chat, okay?
Hello, can you hear me? Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay.
Try to access to the nearby presentation. Okay, we are going to begin. This is the first activity we are going to do. There you go. What you have to do in this case is you have to drag the different, how can we say, like the labels. We have our categories, right? We have different clue words, right? Over there. So what you have to do is drag the different labels or categories in the corresponding um, place. Can you do that? Okay. For example, in the first category, we have first, then, after, we have later, finally. And then in the second one, we have therefore, because, perhaps, then, certainly, as a result of. Finally, we have similar in contrast, likewise, and on the other hand. Uh-huh. Try to drag them. I can see that Kenya is doing it. What about the rest? Try to do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're going to, let me check. Okay. We are going to begin with the first one. What do you think it is, the first one? First, then, after, later, finally. What is that?
Chronological order.
That would be the chronological order, right? These are two words that if you see them in a passage, you know that you're talking about chronological order. Then we have therefore, because, perhaps. What is that? Huh? Yes? Nope. Rocio,
Comparison
Adrian.
test
Uh-huh.
or Calvin?
What is it? Sorry.
Cause
Is,
and effect.
huh?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. That's correct. I'm sorry. Cause and effect. And finally, then we have compare and contrast, right? So this is pretty much what we have studied in this workshop. This is one of the main topics of the content for this workshop. Okay, so we're gonna do different exercises based on this. Okay. Good morning, Gladys.
Good morning, teacher.
Please go to the meeting chat and try to access to the presentation. The nearby presentation is over there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna move on, and we are going to talk about the next activity. This activity is the book discussion. But probably, you know what? We're going to wait like 15 minutes more, so more people get here and we can talk about this deeply, so everybody knows what we are about to say about this. So we're going to skip this, and then we are going to, okay. So yes, we are going to begin with the first activity, which is the comparing and contrast. Um, well, as you could see over there, there are some clue words that you can follow. In this case, we are going to compare some beautiful passages. Okay. And in this case, I need you to read carefully these passages, okay? So let me check. This is what you are going to do, okay? Okay, let me check. A second. Hold on. Ah, this is the one. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to click over there and you're going to read the passages, okay? Click there and try to read. There are two passages over there. Check out the question. The question is how each writer purpose different and how is the same. And how does the word choice in each selection reflect a different sense of audience and purpose? For example, think about the use of the first, second, and third person in each selection. Okay, so you need to read this, okay, and then try to answer this. Now, to answer this, I am going to ask you that there is a double T there, TT, and you can do something like this, so you can adapt the text you are about to type over there, right? And then you can begin typing. Okay, so try to do it with the double T so you can type very well your responses. Okay, so go ahead and read them, please. You have to read them both. Okay. Good morning, Esmeralda.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. You can access to the nearby presentation. The link is in the meeting chat. So
Yes,
try to access from there.
I accept.
Okay. Okay. Remember to type your answer. Click on that double T over there, and then you can adapt the square into the correct uh, space that you will use. Remember to answer this, you have to read the passages. Good morning, Vilma.
Hello, good morning.
Please go to the meeting chat and check the link for the nearby presentation we are using.
Okay.
Remember to type, you have to click on the double T and then you can adapt your text. I mean, the text box, you can, modify it so you can um, put it in the more appropriate way. Good morning, Jacqueline.
Good morning.
Please access to the nearby presentation. The link is on the mini chat.
Okay, okay.
Good morning, Carmen. Uh, try to
Good
access to the
morning.
nearby presentation. It is in the meeting chat over there.
I don't know. I don't know what happened with this app. I cannot access to the chat. It says, no, I can. I don't know why. It's like gray the button, and I cannot select the chat. I don't know. I would be. Let me see. I would disconnect the meeting app or access again. Maybe that works. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to share one of your responses. Is it okay if I share yours, Kenya?
Hello.
Hello?
Did you said I wasn't here?
Okay, I'm going to share one of your responses and I'm going to share yours. Is it okay? So you can read it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is your response. Can you read it, please? Well, in the first one, who is the audience for each selection? You didn't answer
I
that
didn't
one.
saw that question. I
Who is
didn't saw it.
you didn't see it? Okay. Who do you think it is the audience for the first
Um,
passage?
the first one.
Yeah, from Abraham Lincoln. Hmm?
Uh, like to anyone to who wants to read it.
Well,
Like
who do you think the readers might be? Anybody who wants to help Kenya? Yes. Hmm. Who do you think the reader might be in the first selection? Class? Anybody? What about in the second selection?
in the second one, the woman is like telling the story to Abraham Lincoln because and in the second one she's writing about her thoughts.
He's writing about, excuse me, her what?
Her thoughts. I can't say that.
Thoughts. Her
Thoughts. Like
thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, well, in the first one, if you see the passage, probably what he's trying to direct this message to is to the nation, right? To their nation. And in the second one, uh-huh, who is she writing to?
To Abraham Lincoln.
In the second one?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. Well, in the second one, it is she's, trying to address this message to probably a dead spouse, right? Probably her husband or boyfriend.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
She she
which say
told
that the
she tells
gift,
in the story.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh, the gift in wartime.
It's
Now,
for her husband, I think, right?
yes. Okay, now, how is the writer purpose different and how is the same? Now, can you tell what you type over there, Kenya? Well, the thing is that I think that you only refer to that. Okay. Read your response, please.
Okay. In the first story, the author is used in first plural person, um,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
um, in which we can imagine both.
Hmm.
Oh, I got confused. I'm sorry. In the first one, Abraham Lincoln is like writing like a story of how he saw the United States at the time in the middle of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And in the second one, um, she is talking about her husband, which dies in the middle of the same war as the Abraham Lincoln was talking about.
Probably it cannot be the same, but it is word. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
They are talking about the word. It probably is
yeah,
not the same word. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
thought
is a
that they were
different.
related.
No, no, no. They are not related. They are completely different. Well, in the second one, both talk about word, right? But as you stated here, the second one tell us about the death of the man in the middle of the same word. It's not the same word, but it's of the word. So that's probably how they are the same, right? They are the same, and they are different. Well, because in the first one, well, probably Abraham Lincoln is, trying to motivate, encourage uh, the people to go and fight for the rights. But in the second one, well, talking about the bad part or the sad part of a war, right? Now, can you read, Kenya? Can you read the last response that you wrote over here?
Yeah. In the first story, the author is using first plural person, in which we can imagine both the couple meeting, and in the second one is using first singular person in the form of a poem, which we can see as a relate of how the men die in the war.
Okay, yes. Well, that's some of the different audiences. How that's how you probably decide. There are some keywords that you have to follow when you are reading, right? And if the this how can we say, these different word choices, they are giving you like a hint about what this is about, right? So that's why you have to be careful. And the stories, they don't relate to each other whatsoever, right? So you have to be careful about this. All right, now we're going to move on. And okay, okay, class. Well, we waited a lot for the rest of your class, so I'm going to explain everything about from this activity you are about to uh, perform, and it's a book discussion. The book that you're gonna be reading is The Animal Farm. Has anyone of you read this book already? Have you? Have you read it? Nope.
No.
Okay, this is a very interesting book. So please um, go ahead, do it, read it, take your time. That's why I'm sending you right now the book so you can start reading it. The link for this is over here. You can download it now, please. You can click and you can download the book if you have problems with this. I'm going to send the link here in the meeting chat. Okay. Okay, it's okay, Álvaro. So that you will find. Anyways, I'm going to send it to your emails too. Okay, class. So what this is about, please. Okay, there you go. We have the if you can check the PDF for the guidelines. I'm going to read only the most important aspect. I'm not gonna read it all because you will have time for you to read this. I'm just going to focus on the most important things, okay? So, for example, well, the purpose to carry out the book discussion, okay? The aim of a book discussion is for a small number of participants to share information and personal opinion about a book. In this time, we'll be reading Animal Farm, right? In order to do this, the members of the group have to read the book being discussed and be ready to support their opinion with evidence, as well as to listen critically and respectfully to others of people's opinion. The goal of the discussion is to share views and information and to listen to others' point of view. There is no winner or loser. The task is basically a conversation among the members about an issue following a specific procedure. And then you have the procedure for group discussion. Look, it says over here, the leader must create a meeting in teams. So we're gonna make different groups and each group is going to have a leader. You will decide who the leader is going to be, right? So the leader must create a meeting chat in teams so all the members of the groups get together to carry out the group discussion, okay? Use the option to record the meeting in Teams, but also record the meeting using a different tool or application. You can make sure to get the video at the end. It will be great if not only one person is recording that, but different people are recording it. So if there's somebody, if somebody has problem with this, so we have the video. The group should record the development of the group discussion in one take. This is important. Did, did, this means no edition will be done to the video. It is recommended that these two students record the video. So if one recording pauses or stops, you have an option B. Okay, this is important. Remember that this is only one take. Edited videos are not going to be allowed. Upload your video to Drive or YouTube and share the link in that tool open for this activity, okay? The members of the group, the total of students in each group will depend on the number of students in total. I have already made the groups. I'm about to show you the groups, okay? This is another important thing. The members of the group performing the discussion must be ready with their cameras on. They should wear formal attires and they should place themselves in the center of the frame. There should be a central shot straight to the face and part of their shoulders. Important. The group members can only have with them the discussion set below the notes to support their views. Any visual aid they intend to use, they should not read. Please do not read. And then you have the different discussion steps, okay? You have to follow these steps and you have to like take a the corresponding time for each uh, different part of the discussion. Okay, so you can follow this. The leader, this is the leader introduces the topic by providing an overview of it and setting the context of the discussion. So that's gonna be for about 2 minutes. Then the speakers one by one present their position by presenting the main idea or arguments. All right. In this stage, speakers should take no more than 2 minutes each to summarize their position. 2 minutes, 2 minutes each participant. It is important that you do a rehearsal. This is my piece of advice for you, that you do a rehearsal doing this so you can take your time. You time each other, right? It is important that you follow the correct time that is over there. No more nor less, okay? It says next, the leader asks questions to the speakers for them to support and develop their positions. And then you have 2 or 3 minutes for each participant. Then each speaker will ask a question to a member of the group, right? So that's the next step. Each speaker will have 1 minute to ask a question. Then the address number will have no more than 2 minutes to answer the question she was asked. Every member will ask and answer at least one question. That's what I'm telling you. It is important that you rehearse this. In this stage, the leader decides the order of students' questions and answers, and can also clarify some points. Finally, the leader summarizes the idea that were discussed. At this point, the leader should also present his or her or his personal view of the topic, and then conclude the discussion with a reflection. That's the end. Okay, you have to follow these different steps, and then you have some requirements. Okay, please read this carefully. You have order, cooperation, knowledge of the subject, use of vocabulary presented in the book, important, attention to the discussion, meaningful contribution, and willingness to compromise. Okay, and then we have qualities of the leaders. Then we have organization, capacity for rapid analysis, encouraging manner. And then we have some tips and other suggestions, tips for discussion leaders. Okay, and here you can find different tips for the leader and some tips for the participants too. Okay, suggestions for reading critically. Oh, this is important. You can read these suggestions before you read the book, before you begin reading the book. There we have the different topics you can focus on. Okay, the following is a list of topics from which you may choose in order to carry out your book discussions. Your tutor will open a forum for you to share the topics you will choose. Okay, it is like um, I will ask you to select different topics, not the same, right? If somebody already has a technology, then try not to take that anymore. Okay, that's why I am or we are presenting different topics for you. Elements of the plots that help to develop the characters of or create tension. That's one topic. You can focus. Reason the books are banned. It's another. Knowledge versus ignorance. That's another topic. Technology is another. Dissatisfaction and compare the book to the movie. There is also a movie about this, but they are completely different. There are some things that they omit in a movie. And if you're going to compare the book with the movie, so please, you can take into consideration that, right? The different things that they omit over there, right? It's okay. So once a group has already taken one topic, you can not longer take it, okay? So the more that you get together and practice and I'm sorry, and decide about which topic you're going to select, it will be better, right? Um it says, remember to make sure you include evidence of your reading while you discuss the topic you chose. You may refer to specific quotes and pinpoint the number of page, chapter, or paragraph in which you found such information. And then you have some discussion questions and phrases that you can follow. Suggesting question for the leader, suggested phrases for discussion in English. There you have different phrases. Okay, I don't know, class. Do you have any question about this so far?
I have.
Go ahead.
When is going to be the due date?
Ah, yeah, I'm about to tell you this. Well, the deadline for this it is going to be in January. The first week after we're gonna have a workshop, and then after the workshop, you will have the check. Give me a second, please.
This is going to be the last assignment.
No, this is not. There is another one which is gonna be a reading comprehension test where you have to put into practice everything that you
The
have.
workshop, the workshop is going to be around 21st or 22nd of January, right?
Yes, I have it here. Let me check. Yes, it's gonna be January 21st, I guess. Give me a second. Oh my God. Hold on. Well, the thing is that you will have plenty of time to get ready for this. My recommendation is to to begin reading the book. Okay, this is the first thing you need to do. Once you have finished the book, then you can do some rehearsals. Okay, and finally you can perform this activity.
Can you
Okay,
give us the name of the groups and we can
that
contact them?
yes. I'm about to tell you who is going to be your partners. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So yes, okay, the next workshop is gonna be January 21st. In the academic book discussion, you will have from January 22nd till January 28th to upload your videos, okay? So you have plenty of time now, okay? Now okay, this is another thing I need you to take a look, please. This is a the rubrics that we will be using. For example, there will be a rubric for the participants, okay, and check the different criteria: participation, organization, active listening, content, evidence delivery, grammar, pronunciation, time, attire, image, sound, and visual aids. That will be for the participants, and there will be one specific for the for the leader, okay? There will be one specific criteria, evaluation criteria for the leader, okay? All right. And finally, this is the group. These are the different groups, okay? I will upload this information in the corresponding forum so you know who are you going to participate with, okay? And remember that you have to decide yourself who's going to be the the leader for each group, okay? Any questions? Any other questions, class? Yes? Nope?
I don't have questions.
Remember that all this information will be uploaded there so you can take a look at it and you can get in contact as soon as possible, okay? All right.
Are you going to load this information in this week or?
Yeah, probably you will have it this week, okay? Yes, for sure.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on. Okay, we're going to do another activity. If you don't have more questions about this, we are going to do an activity about cause and effect, okay? Well, in this case, you will have only one passage, okay? You will read only one passage and you will have to complete a box that is over there where you have to write or type the causes and the effect of the um, different situations, okay? Okay, class. So once again, please click on the on the link on the top, right? So you can see the passage. The title of the passage is what does $1 million buy? Okay. And the box that you have to follow, you have different causes and different effect or results. Some of them have already the cost, so you have to write only the effect, and some of them have only the effect. You have to write the cause or the reason in this case. Remember to type or to click in the double T, and you can adapt the different boxes over there. You can click as many times as you wish, right? Right. Once you begin typing, okay, then you can click again and you can adapt the boxes over there. So you can type your responses. Okay, class, please. I need all of you to participate in this activity. So try to do it, please. Okay. Good morning, Ever. How are you? The link is over there. The link that we're using in Nearpod, so you can access over there. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I guess I have set up the time, but oh, really? Ever? No way. Let me check. I'm going to. No, ever. But I can see that. I can see your response right now. Well, let me check. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes more, please. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, class. Because of the time, we're gonna check the different responses. Okay, Ever, I'm going to share yours.
Sure.
Can you please describe your responses?
Oh, that's mine. Okay.
The causes and the effects.
Yeah, that's mine, right?
Yes, that's yours.
No, that's not mine.
Yes, it's yours.
I didn't use an Excel.
What?
Yeah, I don't think that's mine. You
Yes, it is
sure?
yours. Yeah, 100%. Yes, it's yours. Read it.
Baby. Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Yes. Why? Is that what you typed? But it's over here. Yeah, it's Ever. I'm
Okay,
100% sure. Okay.
I see mine from the answers. So yeah,
Hold on.
mine says housing in the second one is housing city centers in high demand.
Okay.
People want to live closer to their jobs.
Check right now.
Yeah, I can see it. Can I? Okay, I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. Definitely
Okay.
mine.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the second one, right? Housing in city centers is in high demand because people want to live closer to their jobs. Okay, so I just did a jumble mumble of what I managed to read, but basically what the text says is that people are moving back to the city centers. They used to live in the outside of the city, in the suburbs, and they're moving back. So this has caused a high demand for living in city centers, for apartment city centers. That's why they're more expensive. So it's the cause is that it's high demand because people want to live there. So the effect is that it has become more expensive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And the second one is prices have gone up, but the value of money has gone down. So we need more money to afford things nowadays. So if we still get paid in, let's say, $2010, it's not the same as,
No.
I mean, because everything is more expensive now, right?
Yeah, sadly, yes.
Yeah. And the fourth one, many people retire. Okay, so I misread this question, this one, because they say many retired people now rent their housing. So I thought they said that they had their own houses and they were renting them out. That's what I thought it said, but in reality is that they are now renting too. So they get old and they're still renting. They don't have their own house.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
correct.
so housing is now more
Probably
expensive.
the effect is gonna be different, right? Because according to the passage, it says, however, many retired people now rent their housing, and so they will pay more money in housing costs over time because they don't have their own house, right?
Yeah,
So
that's what I wrote.
that would be the that would be the effect.
Housing is now more expensive for retired people too. I think yours sounds better, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And the fifth one, many older people are living longer lives. So living longer is more expensive to health costs. I think most of us agreed on that one.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and this one I basically just actually just what I read in the text that all the reasons that we were giving tells us that $1 million might not be enough to live on unless you move to El Salvador. Then it's a little bit expensive. I could do with $1 million here.
Really?
Yeah, I would just have to keep the same lifestyle that I have now.
Oh, well. But
once
housing here nowadays is terrible, sir.
I got lucky. I got lucky. I have my own house, and it's like my house, the one I want. So I
Oh,
don't have to worry about that. But I know I have this conversation with so much people where I'm like, they want to go to the US, and I know that they don't own a house. And I'm like, going to the
yeah,
US is not the answer, but in reality, there's nothing else we can do. You can't afford to get a house on a $500 a month salary. That's impossible. And this is high
yes,
salary because most people make 360 bucks a month, and it's
yeah,
unbearable. I don't know how they do it.
yeah, yeah. Me too. Okay, that's unthinkable. Yes. Okay, that's pretty much what you have to be careful in this case is remember the different clue words when we're talking about cause and effects. What clue words are we talking about? That's one of the first activity we did today. We're talking about however. What else? So, what's another clue word for cause and effect? Class? Yes? Class? Do you remember?
Yes.
Because of.
Because of, yeah, because of, yes. Mhm. Okay, so you have to be careful about that too. Okay, we're gonna move to another activity. This time we are going to, let me check, inserting sentences. Okay. Also, there are some tips that you have to follow when we are trying to answer this type of questions, right? When you have to insert a sentence, do you remember any any tip that you have to follow when you are talking about inserting sentences? Anybody?
It needs to be. It needs to use transition words to do.
Okay, but remember that in this case, you are going to insert an idea to the corresponding place, right? To where you think it would be the corresponding place. So in order to do this, you have to follow different tips. What can be some of those tips? What do you think can be some of those tips when you're inserting sentences? In the material, they give you some tips.
Mm. Maybe to see the nouns and pronouns.
That's correct. Okay. That's well, you look for antecedents, right? Like
Yes.
pronouns, adjectives, right? Some reference inside that sentence that can be connected to the idea of one of the sentences, right? So that's one of the tips. Okay. Look at the pronouns, look at the nouns, the reference, the antecedents, and that can give you like a hint of where the correct, I mean, where would you place the sentence? Any other hint? Well, Alvaro was saying for transitional word or phrases, yes, you can follow that, right? You can take a look at the transitional words and see if they are related between the idea that you are about to place there and the idea before, right? Another recommendation can be read the sentence before the inserted sentence, right? Eh, so you can see if that makes sense, right? When you are placing the sentence and you read the idea before and you see, oh, that makes sense, or that doesn't make any sense, right? So that can be another place. So I'm about to show you, we're about to do one activity where you have to read carefully and take into consideration all these different tips, right? Look at the antecedents, the referent, the pronouns, the adjectives, the connections between singular and plural nouns and the transitional words, and read the sentence before to make to see if they that makes sense. Okay, so are you ready? We are going to begin now. I'm gonna give you 15 minutes. It will be like 5 minutes each for each sentence. Okay. All right, class. All right. In each passage, you will see different letters, right? A, B, or C, or D. Focus, please. Recommendations, read the sentence you are about to insert first, okay? If you still have some time, you can double check your responses. Okay, you have 1 more minute. Okay. Rocio, you're missing the last one. All right, class. I'm going to share with you. Okay. Check how many you got correct. Well, in the first one was A, in the second was B, and in the last one was D. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. And let me check if I can do this. So you can take a look at your responses. Now, I can see, Ever, you got this one correct. What give you, or what gave you the clue to have that correct? Can you tell us?
So I had to look up what the word was. Flues. I don't know how that's pronounced. The last word of the previous sentence.
Flues.
Flues. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what it was, but when I read
What
it,
did I guess the meaning is chimneys, you know?
yeah, it's yeah. So what I read, the only method aside from steam or hot water, which the source mentions, heating by flues, and then I read that I quickly read the whole thing and didn't fit anywhere else but there, and they were both it was the sentence ended in a plural, right? It was the only one that made sense because it started with the plural of the sentence.
That's correct. Okay, that's one of the key words, right? The sentence began with they, all right? So it starts with the word they. So it's referring to the antecedent, which in this case it will be flus. Okay. All right. Very good. And what about the second one? In the second one, the one that had it correct was Jacqueline. What, Jacqueline? What gave you the idea that was the correct one?
Well, to be honest, I read and reread uh, the paragraph, but
Huh? So in that case, yeah, it would be the option B, right? The sentence would be, it could never happen except for the store.
it answered the question. I felt that it answered the question that is asked.
Okay, that's correct. The missing sentence answered to the two questions that appear immediately before, right? That's correct. That's one of the the ideas that can give you the correct answer. In this case, it will be like they answer the questions before. That's nice. Very good. And in the last one, let me check. Well, only Evan and Jacqueline got it that correct too. Why? Why did you choose that one, the letter D? Huh? Any ideas?
I honestly chose that one because the previous sentence was so short. It should be, it started with
With?
it's a D, right?
Yeah, the letter D.
Mhm.
Yes.
How?
Well, in this case, I would say that it will be by, elimination, because this sentence in the previous A, B, or C will not make any sense, right? The sentence begins with A and even where time available, okay? So it has more information. If you place that sentence in the older, I mean the other letters before, and it wouldn't make any sense.
It didn't
I
match.
also use the connection of the plural at the end there.
Okay.
At the start of
Dwellers, nation peoples.
at the start of the next sentence, yeah.
Okay, yeah, correct. That's
It
another.
says to them, living is such a treadmill. Yeah. So I use that too.
Okay. All right. You were saying something? Anybody over there? I don't know.
It was Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, you were saying something? Nope. Yes.
Yes, I just said that the that sentence match with the in that place. I felt
All right. Okay. It's okay. Okay, class. Take a look at this link, please. This is a practice for TOEFL. Okay. Can you click at that link, please? And see if you can. That's a reading test.
Just in case anyone else is confused, you have to click in the actual Nearpod presentation. I was clicking in the Teams
Oh,
window.
in the Teams. No. You have to go to the Nearpod presentation and and click it from there. Okay.
we have to read and answer the
The
10.
yes. The name of the passage is the creator of grammar. Okay. So take a look at it. Look at the different questions and try to answer the correct. I mean, select the correct options. Once you have finished, you can send your score, or you can tell me only if you did a great job, it was regular, or if it was a catastrophe, whatever. If you don't want to say the score.
I never knew that the origins of Creole language until now. I think you're muted.
Really? Yeah, that's a very interesting information.
Do you remember? Have you watched the movie Meet Joe Black?
Ah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if you watch it in English, but there's a part where he's
Ah,
deaf, right?
yes.
And he
It
speaks
is. It
Creole.
is from IT, I guess.
Yeah,
There was
I,
a lady.
because there were some words that you could like maybe manage to just make a sense of, but you really couldn't because the pronunciations were different. And now I know why, because it's a very familiar language to us.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's correct. Yes.
I did terrible on the test. I got a 5 and a 2 out of 3.
All right. Don't worry. Okay. And as you can see over there, you will find other tests, other reading tests, right? So if you have time later, you can take. I mean, you can practice over there, right? The more you practice, the better you get at it. And remember that the last evaluation the last evaluation is gonna be a reading comprehension test, right? So recommendations. Now that you have this link, you can do all the reading tests that are over there. There are 8 different reading tests over there. Just take your time, okay? And practice. Okay. I don't know if somebody else has finished. Have you finished? Also, there you will find some other sections like the listening, the speaking, vocabulary. This is a very good site where you can practice. All right, Kenya, it's okay. It's okay. Esmeralda, did you finish?
No, yet.
In this type of test, it would be, um, a good idea. My piece of advice for you also is to read the questions first, right? So you understand what you are about to focus on. Remember that sometimes you only have to skim or scan information, right? Depending on the type of questions you have. I'm going to share with you that this link, in case you don't have it over there, so you can practice there later and try to do the rest of the test. Jacqueline, have you finished? Not yet?
Not yet. I'm just missing two questions.
Okay. I just want to let you know also that for the book discussion that there is the forum is over there in campus about the book discussion. So I will upload all the information that we were talking about um, today will be there this afternoon, okay? So that you will be able to see who, the different members of your groups, and you can get in contact as soon as possible, right? You have to decide who the leader is going to be, okay? You also have to decide which topic you are going to focus on. And in the same forum over there, you will have to upload that information. You have to uh, establish there who the leader is going to be and what topic you are going to select. Remember that um, you have to select the same topic. That's why you have different topics over there. And there will be 5 groups, I guess. Yes. 3 of 6 and 2 of 5. Okay. So recommendations, uh, get in contact with the member of your groups, decide who the leader is going to be, decide the topic you're going to focus on, start reading the book too. Okay. Okay. Class, don't worry, actually. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. Because of the time, I guess we are going to finish right now. Esmeralda, Alvaro, did you finish?
Yes, 7
What?
out of
Okay,
10.
couldn't
All
finish.
right. Good.
And the other section, 2/3.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Esmeralda, you were saying something?
Yes, I lost the sheet. I don't know why, because I lost it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I
But don't worry.
answered only four, but
Don't
I
worry.
lost.
That the link is over there where you can keep practicing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The reminders are the book discussion submission. Okay. The video it will be from January 22nd till January 28th, right? The vacation period from December 15 up to January 15. Okay, so in this time there will not be any activity. Okay, and the next workshop is gonna be on January 21st. So we're gonna have one workshop before you carry out the book discussion. Okay, in case you have any question about that. But my recommendation is to start working on that as soon as possible. All right. So all the information is going to be uploaded today in the afternoon. So you can go and check that later. I don't know if you have any questions, guys. If you do not have any questions, I wish you a happy vacation. Have a great Christmas and a happy new year because we're going to see each other till next year. All right.
Okay,
Thanks a
Giselle.
lot.
Thank you very much.
See you next year.
See you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.